Let me start with probably one of Jurgen Klopp's best friends in Gabby Agbonlahor. You've heard the comments. You and Klopp have had beef before. You've actually riled him that much talking about Manchester United that he wanted to call him, but he made the comments about it when you weren't even talking about Liverpool.
Then lost to Man United a week later.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on what he had to say there about the fans?
I think it's disrespectful to the fans, to be honest. I mean, you look at the end of his statement. If it's too much football in December, if you're not in the right shape, give your ticket to somebody else. Who does he think he is? Fans are paying hard-earned money for tickets. If they don't want to be jumping up and screaming every moment of every game, that's their right. He hasn't got the right to tell a fan, if they're not at it and jumping up and making the atmosphere, that they should give their ticket to someone else. If I paid money now for a ticket and I'm going to watch Aston Villa and I want to sit there in silence and enjoy be entertained, that's my right. The manager can't tell me to be jumped up and making noise. Maybe if his team, 34 shots against Manchester United, could put one in the back of the net, maybe the fans would have a bit more of an atmosphere. Yeah. You know, you're shooting from 30, 40 yards, unrealistic positions you're not going to score from. Maybe the fans aren't going to get too excited with that football.
What do you think the reaction will be to Jurgen Klopp then on Saturday when they take on Arsenal? Do you think they will be up a notch in terms of volume, or do you think a few of them will be like, well, hold on a second there?
I think a few will be like, hang on a second, like, give us something to get rolled up for, you know? Get your players to give us that as fans, and maybe we will. But I do think this is a massive game, a big game, and I'm sure the fans will be at it. But maybe fans aren't at it every game, don't they? Yeah. Players aren't at it every game. Yeah. Liverpool definitely are inconsistent themselves. So I think it was quite rude to some of the fan base at Anfield, and no manager, not even the owner of a football club, has got the right to tell someone to give their ticket up when they're paying good money for it.
Well, Liverpool fans, we want to hear from you guys. 03717 22 33 44. When you look at that performance midweek against West Ham, they were outstanding. Scored 5 goals. And someone who was kind of key to them playing really well was Curtis Jones.
Yes.
Do you think he has to get more game time?
It depends, though, because Curtis Jones is one of them frustrating players where he'll have a game like that midweek, and the next game you'll start him and you'll be poor. You know, and you'll be a bit like, you don't get consistent performances from Curtis Jones. That's why he's out of the team so much, because 1 week he's outstanding, next week he's not at it, he gets brought off after 55, 60 minutes. So if he can be consistent more, then definitely, because, you know, Gakpo's not at it, Núñez isn't at it, Diaz isn't at it. You know what I mean? So there's space for other players to come in and show. Even Elliott. Yeah. Can Elliott get a start in the Premier League as well? He keeps coming on off the bench in the Premier League. Does he deserve a start as well?
Well, there's a couple stats here from Curtis Jones in this. Jones has the most ball recoveries in the final third in European football. Only Tony Cruz has a higher short pass completion in Europe football. And their win percentage with Jones is 75%, and without him is 69%. Now, I know it's only probably a small sample size, but them kind of stats, they kind of show you that he is quite vital to the way that they play. Of course, but
it wouldn't surprise me, Ben, if he started against Arsenal and he's not at it.
Yeah.
You know, you got Declan Rice, Odegaard in there. He's got to do it consistently. There's a reason why he's not getting enough starts. So it's down to him, really. In that midfield as well, there's space up for grabs.
Yeah.
They're not great in there. I'm not really sure about Endo as the DM. I love Zoboszlai. Yeah. I think he's outstanding.
McAllister's good.
He's going to get better. McAllister's injured as well. He's a good player. But there's one position in that midfield that's up for grabs for Curtis Jones or Elliott.
When you look at the two teams, Arsenal taking on Liverpool, both of them going for the title, Manchester City not having a wobble, but certainly not the Manchester City that we've seen before. Do you think Newcastle, Arsenal or Liverpool genuinely believe that they can win the title?
I think Arsenal do more than Liverpool. Yeah. I think Liverpool still look at a lot of new players. You know, they've lost a lot of players as well. You know, losing Henderson, Fabinho, Firmino. I don't think Liverpool players really see themselves as title contenders. But Arsenal, they have to, mate. They've got no choice. Yeah. The amount of money they've spent, went and spent 100 on Declan Rice. Arsenal need to be thinking that they're in a title race. But Liverpool, I'm not too sure.
I don't think Arsenal have won a game at Anfield since 2012, which is a long, long time. We saw last season them go there, start the game incredibly well, go 2-0 up, not get the third, and in the end they were lucky to hold on to a point if it wasn't for Ramsdale's save against Salah. Do you think Arsenal are going there this season in better form than they did last season?
I think they are, and they're playing against a Liverpool team that's not as good as the one last season. I still look at Liverpool and, they've got no Robertson. Tsimikas is okay at left back, but I think Saka can get at him.
Yeah.
like the opposite side. If Zinchenko plays, Salah will have a field day against Zinchenko.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be an entertaining game. But I just think that this Arsenal side, mate, the players that they've got, they need to be looking at, you know what, it's time. Yeah. It's time to end this drought at Anfield and go there and get the win.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to the phone lines. And I said I wanted to hear from Liverpool fans. 03717 22 33 44. Let's go and speak to Phil. He's a Liverpool fan. Phil, how you doing?
Good evening, Phil.
Yeah. Hi guys, you all right?
You're right, mate.
To talk to me, what do you think then about Klopp and his comments?
I think Klopp, he knows the fans. He's going to get a reaction. I said to you guys, like, you know, when Pep Guardiola called out the City fans saying we need more fans in, a lot of fans were like, well, we're not sure about this. He could for the stadium, but Klopp knows. If he says, right, I want more reaction, he knows he's going to get it. No one's going to go to Liverpool and go, right, and start booing Klopp. So maybe it's just different tactics saying, right, I want the fans on the toes. He's got every right to say that. You know, when, you know, Gabby's response of, if I want to go to a game and be quiet, who goes to a game to be quiet?
Why not, though? Some people might want to. Not everyone in the stand's going to be, like, screaming at the top of their voice.
No, it's not about screaming. I went on Wednesday night, and, you know, I was in the news section. You know, all around me, there's fans. You know, I'm not the loudest singer, but I'll join in with the songs. That's fine. You know, I felt entertained. You know, obviously Klopp behind in front of the main stand. Yeah, there might be more family members there. That's fine. You know, but I think he sees that like it's a big game against Arsenal. This is pretty much. I think if you lose this, you're potentially out of the title race.
Wow. Really?
You think about, you know, it's that festive period now. You've got a run of games going. If you potentially this Arsenal, you know, they pull a few points clear. That's their confidence up as long as they don't fall it again like last season. No offence, Benty.
I feel enough of that, mate. It was a fantastic call until you said that.
Yeah, I know, sorry. But I think it's a big game, you know. If you talk about two teams at the bottom, you know, 20th get 90, if they lose, it's a relegation. It's 6 points, isn't it? Yeah. If they do the same, Arsenal beat Liverpool, mentors of Arsenal, Liverpool got to recover. If you go play Newcastle next to, you know, it is a big game.
You know what?
Doing is trying to get a fan reaction.
Phil, you know what, though? If he had said, I need more off the fans, you know what? I need a bit more. Come on, I know you got it in you. I've been here for so many years. But it's the comments of, give your ticket to somebody else. I know he regrets saying them comments.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think fans will go, well, hang on, I've got my ticket, I'm going to be there. I'm going to give it my all. You know, no fan would give their ticket away. And Klopp's the thing that either. He's one like, you got your ticket, give me a reaction. His choice of words weren't brilliant, I get that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Liverpool will be buzzing tomorrow night. You can guarantee that. Any fan's going to go there will be singing loudly and proudly.
Absolutely. Listen, Phil, really good call. And he's right. He probably will get the reaction he wants from the fans. And part of me thinks that's why he's done that. Because he thinks, right, Arsenal game, it's going to be raucous. Because I expected the Anfield to be rocking anyway, regardless whether he said that or not.
But when you watch the Manchester United game, it was at the start.
Yeah. It was... And
then they pressed. And then Manchester United sort of got through the press a little bit. Then it was like the fans sort of went down and they didn't get it back because it wasn't as... I think Manchester United weren't giving the ball away as much as they probably thought they would have.
Yeah.
You know, playing out from the back. But if you're Arsenal, Bentley, and Arteta, you're saying, don't you dare play from the back in the first 5 minutes. No. You can just see it, can't you? Raya,
go a bit
the
more
pressure under Raya, they'll be like, you dare give it Raya, you dare try and play from the back. They're going to press straight away. So if I'm Arsenal, I'm just playing it long.
Do you know what? I think Arteta will try and play out through the press because he's drilled it into them, and if they get through the press,
of course. But if you don't in the first 5 minutes, you concede. All the best at that Anfield crowd. All the best if you concede in that first 5 minutes. And I think your mate Gabriel, he's the one that could be the one that gives it away at the back.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.